have the pledge and a moment of silence. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, I need a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda. I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Amen. I need a motion to accept the election results as provided by the county clerks.
Make a motion to accept the election results.
Hang on a second, Dan, you don't need to be all spouting off. Oh, sorry, go ahead. I need a second.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. At this time, we are going to recognize Mr. Pendelly as the outgoing board member for his services that he has provided for 3 wonderful years. You know, it's really good with this bubble wrap. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Just don't cash. Yes, sir. So, we have our students and teachers and community and the Board of Education. We've prepared this United States flag, made locally here in Valdosta. On the back it says, "Thank you for your service. Once a Panther, always a Panther." So we appreciate all that you've done. I know 3 years have passed so quickly for all the fun that we've had. And just know that you're always welcome back. Thank you very much. And, I think we have
I need a motion to appoint the superintendent as chairman for the administration of the oath of office and the election of the board president. All in favor? Aye.
Okay, at this time, we would entertain a motion to adjourn Sendai for the 2017-2018 Board of Education. I make a motion to adjourn Sendai 2017-18 Board of Education.
Oh.
Have first and second. Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
And again, Mr. Pendelly, thank you for your service, and this time you are free and clear. Thank you, everybody.
Hi, Dan.
I thought he would stick around. Okay, moving along at this time, our newly elected members of the Board of Education will take the oath, and Mr. Cunningham, if you want to join me up here, Mr. Judd. I solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Missouri, that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of school director in and for the Albuquerque Fire School District, County of Johnson, State of Missouri, to the best of my ability, according to law. Congratulations. And the next order of business is item F, election of the board president, and we will take nominations for that position, and then we will follow that up with a vote. So at this time, the floor is open for nominations for the office of the board president.
I do nominate Kelly Davis for position of president.
Okay, nomination of Kelly Davis for board president.
I'll second.
We're doing nominations for now. Are there any further nominations? If not, we will close the nominations and entertain a motion for appointment.
Motion we appoint Kelly Davis for president.
Have a motion? Second, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
And motion carries, and I will turn it back over to you, Madam President. Congratulations.
Now we would need a motion to elect the vice president of the Board of Education.
I do volunteer Clint Judd.
I need a second.
I'll second.
Any other nominations? Need a motion to. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Need a motion to appoint the treasurer of the Board of Education.
We'll do the volunteer Paul Murphy.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Need a motion to appoint the secretary of the Board of Education.
Make motion to taking out the treasurer of our board and secretary at this time.
I need a second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Congratulations, everyone.
We're done now. Okay, we only have, now is the time for public comments, correspondence, and board recognitions. Thank you for the lovely flower arrangement after Richard's passing. We appreciate your thoughtfulness during this difficult period. Your kind expressions of sympathy is deeply appreciated and gratefully acknowledged by the family of Richard's family and friends.
So, board, tonight we would like to present two groups of some of the hardest working individuals in our district, to be honest with you. We are bringing both our nurses and our parents before you tonight to be able to recognize them for the hard work that they do, which many times goes unnoticed and needs to be brought to the forefront. I see many of our parents out there, and we truly are appreciative of everything that you do within the classroom and how you help each and every one of our students every single day to be the most successful that they possibly can be. And we see it when we come through. We see the success of our students due to your hard work and your diligence and your assistance with the teachers within that classroom. We truly do thank you as co-teachers in that classroom and the work that you do. Does not go unnoticed at our level. So we wanted to bring you before the board tonight just to honor you and thank you for all that you do. I do not see any of our nurses here, but thank God for our nurses and what they do. I know as a principal, I didn't want to get around any kids that ever grew up in the classroom or anything. To be honest with you, I'm a sympathy thrower upper, and we're just been a bigger mess. So thank God for them and what they do, and our custodians, yes, for what they do. Although that stuff is put on there just makes me want to. But we truly are thankful for all that you do. So please join us up front. Join me and the board as we give them a huge round of applause for the work that they do within our district. So Tina will have a certificate of appreciation for you after we take a couple pictures here. But since we're such a large group, I didn't want to try to shake and give you all certificates at the same time. So please see Tina afterwards.
I get that. No, I didn't.
No, I'm thinking thank you so much. Thank you.
We're gonna squeeze you guys all in, you may push forward and we're trying to get the board around to us all, so we gotta get this. We
Okay, we have Mr. Christopher Hess, who will present an overview of the Johnson County Multi-Agency Multi-Hazard Mitigation Plan. Welcome, Mr. Hess.
I'm here from Ironville Regional Planning Commission representing Johnson County versus Hampton Agency and Johnson County Commission. I'm here to answer any all questions regarding local jurisdictional implementation plan in the county. This plan undergoes a 5-year update, and 5 years to be updated. Most people do not remember 5 years ago, it used to be the county required, the FEMA required the county to adopt it in agriculture jurisdiction. After reviewing it, there are no schools, no cities, no. So it has to require all jurisdictions to participate one way or another. I still have a question here for me as integrated into the plan, as well as a resolution which will be brought up tonight. And with that, I have to decide document participation. We cover all natural hazards, so this does not cover terror or anything like that. It's around the corner. There's a special piece for that. According to even seem like you're not talking about it because of the nature of it. If something were to happen, if the tornado comes through, of course, there's a change. Have a different way of doing it. But it is required for all jurisdictions to adopt. And I was just the thing that is concerned regarding the plan. It really is a giant one-page recommendations for each other. It identifies all hazardous populations such as children under 5 years old, house built before 1939, mobile homes, stuff like that. It'll cover tornadoes, sinkholes, dam failure, money failure, fires, full of it. We do have a draft that's on our website. Trailmarks.gov. If anyone would like something to the city with. We have to read. Were there any questions for me regarding it?
I just wanted to say thank you for your patience and persistence as we move from initial communications to getting that done, and thank you for being here tonight to speak to our board. And we hope we never have to have any use for what we did, but in case that we do have some unfortunate that was last week included. And, thank you again.
Thank you. And just a quick note, for today's words is that the National Hazard Organization and declared the disaster. Yeah, declared the disaster. 2 lots of money would go for that. One would be for fixing what got damaged, and the other part of the money that most people would go about is only that you did get problems for the future, such as storm shelters or anything like that. That's where you really want this plan in place. And if it were to happen, you did not have this plan here, you can see what we're not saying. You can't have the money, so they would be over to go through. With this plan in place, it really is locked to check on the application. Make the process on.
Thanks. Thank you again, and we have this as an action item under new business.
Thank you, Mr. Hess. Next will be a leader in need presentation.
Good evening. We're here tonight to talk to you about the Leader in Me. We are very excited about the Leader in Me. We started this year learning about it. We got to go to conferences about it. We got to use it in our classrooms, and we got to go to schools that use it. And every time a staff member had these experiences, they would just come back and say, wow, I'm so impressed. I'm so touched by what we see students doing. We want this for our students. So tonight we're going to start with an overview of the Leader in Me program. We're going to tell you a little bit about what we've done this year with Leader in Me and what we'd like to do in the coming years with Leader in Me. So we'll start with the overview.
As far as I know, I know we were looking at Leader in Me, our character words in our character program have been very instrumental and very important with the counseling program. And so we're really kind of interested. Okay, so we're really kind of interested into how that was going to segue into Leader in Me. That's actually my part something will offer. So we've been to the next slide and try to work for you. Sorry.
That's my part. Okay, the last 2 years, our leadership team we have taken those studies and this is kind of first good mindset, growth mindset, and we just see there's so much of our kids that their mindset really was important and we really needed to make some changes. And so this was our first step into like, oh, we got one some more and how we can make those changes. And then we went to another book. Well, we read several, but these are the two that stood out. Teach Like a Pirate. This was making our kids become more leaders. And so there were several books and stuff in here that just really did. Just took us right into wanting to learn more about how we can take and make some changes. And we did. We had our students start doing, well, we had student council, we had those students there. We have students doing our morning messages now. We're trying to make them more part of the school that they're in. And just being, showing that all of their peers that you can do this too. Step up and we're letting all of the children have a chance to be leaders. So this led us into Leader in Me. And after we read Leader in Me, we were all pretty much very excited and we were ready to jump in, just get right on board with it. But we knew that we had to take this slow. And so that's when we started going to the schools, getting out there, seeing a little bit more about it. And we encourage Jenny this year tonight and board members to make sure you get these books. They're not in that order, I mean, you need those. But Leader in Me, please make sure that you read it because it does really push you to think that anybody can be a leader. And we need to instill that in all of our children here in our community and make them feel that they are part of our school and our community as well as being proud of themselves.
I will say right now, I'm on Teach Like a Pirate because we're real pirates. But anyway, that is a book that makes you seriously look at yourself.
It does, it really does. And this is more for the teachers. And I'm in the reading, learn like a pirate. So I'm trying to put you in the back of the way to students to see how they can grasp the information. So, yeah, Doug Burgess, or Dave Burgess have a lot of different material out there that once you start reading this book, you start thinking interested in other avenues to insurance.
Just so you know, though, I'm still the non-master. Thank you, thank you.
Okay, here we go. So, practice towards our goal, introducing the 7 habits to our students. So, we all did jump on board for this year to slowly start to introduce our students to the 7 habits. For me personally, as a counselor, it actually worked out pretty nicely to be able to mesh the 7 habits in with our character words. Not necessarily that they align perfectly for every month of the character words that we have planned out, so I had to stagger a little bit. And it's actually worked out really pretty nicely. And we have some videos, of course, because that's what Leader in Me is all about, is for our students to be able to show and share really what they were learning and what they were taking from those 7 habits. So without further ado, we'll begin the video for you.
To do that again.
Number 1. Be proactive. I'm in charge of me. Advocate. Deal with the animal. For example, if you were outside playing with your friends and one of your friends hurt your feelings, think about what you would say and just say maybe, you hurt my feelings, maybe that.
So I really love that Sherry actually, Begin With the End in Mind is more goal oriented, and that's really kind of how we share that out. But actually, one of the specific pointers, so Sherry took from that what is most intended for her, in her own way, of course. And so she actually took it as open consequences, thinking in advance prior to reacting, which is beautiful, and exactly what we were about to do. Fourth grade are not quite as lively, and I just wanted to just let you know. I know that looks so much like that they're just reading from the script that I gave them, but it's actually not. Fourth grade will wanted to submit their own scenarios basically, and they share them in the morning announcements. So fourth grade teachers pick basically like the top scenarios. So just so you know, it looks like they're reading, it's actually a scenario that they put themselves in the chair.
first understood the needs
Yeah, these are hilarious. These takes like kindergarten to community. So, these are actually shared with you, so you can hopefully be able to go through them and learn for yourself a little bit better. These are really help in our cause much right now, but as far as the video, I thought it's always, of course, proof is in the pudding. So it's always great to hear them come up with their own scenarios, how they're going to use it in their own daily life. So very beneficial.
And one of the other things that we've had the opportunity to do this year was we were able to attend leadership days at other schools. And then I've got some pictures here that we can click through and show what leadership days are. There are these other schools that have been going through this process about them for a couple of years. Now, most of the leadership days have been going through it for about 5 to 7 years because they've achieved what's called lighthouse status, and the kids are pretty much ready now. And so one of the requirements is when they get to that status is that they invite other schools in to see how it works. And the books were really great. We all got kind of inspired. And I mean, this is something that the teachers have been pushing for because we see the benefits. But once we went to these days, we were amazed. We were almost not spoken to by an adult. The school day was run by children from kindergarten to 5th grade. And I mean, I was in tears by the end of the day and so inspired. When we walked into the building, the kids greeted us. You can see that somebody donated the lighthouse from this school. This is a school in Olathe. Somebody donated a lighthouse when they achieved their lighthouse status. And you can see their little, it says, the great habits make great leaders. It's hard to see. This class of 2013, every wall was covered with inspirational quotes or the leadership habits, all donated by the kids as they graduated from that building and moved on. They wanted to give this to the school to thank them for what they've learned. And then the next slide, this young lady was our docent and our tour guide. And she's the one that went around, and you can see she's showing this mural. She was very proud that it was painted by a famous artist from Kansas City. And she walked us around. It was very professional. We flew lag behind. They came and ushered us on, and they were fantastic. The next slide. When we first got there in the morning, we were treated to a breakfast mingling, and the kids all had worked for weeks doing presentations on what their jobs were. Every kid in the building has a job, so that the school belongs to them. They feel like this is my place. I belong here. This place needs me. And so they all talked to us about their jobs. They had boards made up. They all had speeches prepared. They could answer questions about their jobs. They were amazing. These are some of the quotes. You can see that they were donated by students. It was all over every service that they did. You can see what their intent was. Mission statement is a big part of the Leader in Me. The school has a mission statement, which we've always had. We worked really hard on those mission statements. But then every classroom, every grade level has a mission, every student has their own mission statement. And these are some of the kids' mission statements that are on the wall. You know, they are empowered to make decisions for what would make their life better. Every hallway bulletin board is a display of some habits, and it works in conjunction with great counselors like we have. These are the bucket list, which is something that Mrs. Miller already does with our kids, but then the habits just incorporate into that. And there were just positive notes everywhere on the school. Like you see when you walk through our hallways, you see the great work that the students are doing in their classrooms. All of their work is tied to some habits. It's not like separate lessons we have to teach. It's just incorporated. Like this, these are some writing projects that the kids did. I think these were 4th and 5th grade. The Time magazine covers, I think, with the 5th grade class, and they were supposed to see what they would need when they were adults and what they would want to be known for. And this kid wanted to be known for inventing the best video game ever. And then the other one was a 4th grade one, and they were doing whole diagrams about when I grow up and what kind of leader they wanted to be. So first grade, they were learning about bears, just 3 different types of bears. But you can see they incorporated having 2 people in mind. They knew what their objective was. At the end of this, I need to know the 3 different types of bears and fact about them, and then they showed it in their work. Kindergarten example, even below ones participated in this. And they read the book Corduroy, and they talked about how the corduroy was proactive. So they incorporated it into their already existing lessons. WIGS, you'll hear that a lot with this, and those are wildly important goals. And we already have goals set in our building. You know, we have goals that the teachers have to do with their classes with their kids. Building has goals, grade levels have goals, each classroom has goals, each child has a goal. And the kids keep their goals and their data in a binder. They track their progress. I want to get here, here's how I'm going to get there. They make a plan, and they graph it, they chart how they're doing. Even this was the kindergarten. And you can see what their goal was to raise their scores, but this was a whole kindergarten team. And so they had this posted out in the hallway that each kid in their classroom had what they could do to get to that goal, and they had that in their binder. Part of the Leader in Me also is doing community service projects. The school has community service projects, and every grade level has their own community service projects each month. And so these were a couple that they were doing, and you can see the kids are graphing their progress towards that goal. And then what you can't see here is the parties they got to have when they got to reach their goals, which was kind of cute. The leadership assemblies, or like the character assemblies that Mrs. Miller already runs. So these are some things that we're already doing that would be very easily incorporated. This is going to happen to this. Each kid that was honored for exhibiting a habit. You can see this young lady was honored for exhibiting habit number 3, the first things first. And they post this on the board. The kids are given like little reward packets. So that's some amazing things were happening. And then one of the other things we've gotten to do after one of those leadership days, those of us who are speaking to you tonight and a few others, were allowed to go to Leader in Me Symposium, which is a little bit different than leadership days. It was run more by schools that had done this before. And so it was kind of teaching us, okay, you want to do this, here's how you get it up, here's how the steps. So we're really excited to take that next step this next year. Sindra's going to tell you about what that's going.
Okay, so like James said, we've done some things and we definitely have a plan moving forward. First thing on our agenda is summer training. The good folks from Leader in Me are coming to spend 4 days with us here this summer, 2 days at Whiteman and 2 days at Crane. The greatest part of this is that it's for everybody that deals with kids in our building. So it's not just the classroom teachers, it's the nurses, it's specials, it's Sarah, it's the ladies in our kitchen. Because their thing is anyone that sees a child on a daily basis has the opportunity to make a powerful impact. So we're excited to have that training available for them. Another part is the parent leadership team. We invited lots of parents to come in. I know this is a really busy time of year, but a big part of this is reaching out and getting that message. There is a place for parents. Brandy, we're like, we will. There is a place for parents, an important place for parents as this moves forward. It is all about the kids, but
we know that you have to be a student at home, and so it's important to get them out. Action teams, which is a really neat concept, is from each grade level coming together to work on a project. A lot of this has community service or things that go on in the classroom. And finally, the big change that we're kind of looking at for our building next year is leadership roles. Not just jobs in the classroom, but jobs that kids can have that impact the whole building. And that will take some work on our part, learning how to let go of some things and let kids in charge. But it is so important for them to see that they have purpose and that this is their job and that we can do it without them and need their support also. The very last thing we have is just a great video that comes from Franklin County itself. And it just shows the Leader in Me kind of in full bloom and going strong at another school. It's just amazing to see, like, really the glow that some of these people have. The environment, the culture, our second to them. We already have a great culture in our building, and we know that. This is just going to be something icing on an already great thing. So, thank you guys for your time listening to this.
We are leaders at Chestnut Grove. My favorite habit is seek first to understand and to be understood. Be proactive, center jobs. My favorite habit is center jobs because when we're playing tag, it's so fun just playing tag with one person. Sharpen us all,
We started in 2005 at Chester Grove, and we wanted to make Chester Grove the best elementary school in the area.
No one rises to low expectations, and we have high expectations of all our boys and girls.
When Mrs. T uses the habits, she always thinks of what's best for the school, not best for her. She's always thinking when
we teach kids responsibility through the habits by teaching the habits, and one way we do this is teach them to set goals. They set academic and personal goals, and they monitor those goals each grading period. And so it gives them responsibility and ownership for their learning.
I've been teaching 16 years, and the thing about it is, since we've been teaching the 7 habits, I have the best in schools. No joke.
Today in education, assessment is the number one problem. And a lot of times you hear people say we need to get to the basics, so the 3 R's they like to call them. And as we look at 7 habits, we think about the fact that it's an R, but it's a 4th R. We think it's the R that combines and brings all the other R's together.
I see kids all the time have habits at school. And they usually solve it by the think, learn, win habit. The teachers solve some problems, but the students solve over half.
When children take what's in the classroom with them to the playground and discuss and apply, you know you're on.
I believe that students that go through the 7 habits will be planners. They will take responsibility for their own learning. These are skills that will help them do better in school, college, the workplace, and their family.
We love the 7 habits.
When 7 habits became part of the school at Chestnut Grove, we saw a change not only in students who began to take more responsibility, but also parents. Parents began to respond and talk about the difference they were seeing in their child and motivation.
I was really excited, and my husband was too, because we had both been through the 7 habits training with work, and we felt like it would be really beneficial for her to have those life skills starting as early as elementary.
We work with the children at school because they are within our circle of influence. And we know that we can make a difference with them here. And they can take it home and make a difference in the community and in church and at home.
It's a win-win for our community. It's an opportunity to build a new generation who know how to relate with one another in a positive way.
District-wide, what we see the value there is that we start with kindergarten at 5 years old. In 13 years, we have the ability to change our entire, the entire community in 13 years. There's not a program out there that usually has the ability to do that.
In the long term, we'll find our citizens and we'll children as our leaders in their school and at home, and
in the community, I believe it's a chance whether or not a child has this skill. Why not level the playing field for everyone and give every child the opportunity to have that skill?
I am convinced that as you teach these principles to young students, you will be creating a generation of leaders, one child at a time. You will help them find their identity, their full sense of worth and potential. And that, in my mind, is what leadership and teaching is all about.
It obviously starts with a communication and really seeing the need to branch out. We did, my first year, we didn't have a huge amount of behavior issues, but we had our fair share of behavior concerns. And so we really started to kind of look at implementing at that point in time what would be best for our students that maybe didn't have the support at home, or maybe didn't have the structure that we wanted them to have. Obviously, we have amazing kids, but we wanted to focus on those students that we knew would be better at school, at academics, in themselves. And so it really, we kind of planted the seed then 3 years ago when we started implementing our those studies. And then along the way, obviously the amazing leadership team helped implement those changes slowly. And so we have just kind of grown from there. So I'm super excited to implement Leader in Me. I appreciate the support from the district office, from the Board of Education, to probably bring Leader in Me into our schools. And I know the staff is ecstatic about the implementation. Do you have questions at this time?
My only question would be, what kind of jobs would they take over? Because you were like, oh, it's horrible like here. What kind of job? I mean, what are you exactly talking about?
We went to a breakout where this was very specific. Sometimes it was designed for kiddos, like big kiddos that were not wanting to come to school in the morning or whatever, but had a special relationship with somebody. So I know the teacher talked about how there was a kiddo that came and helped her get out of her equipment because he really had some issues in the morning, that when he had that type of responsibility, he was fired up to come. Things like the morning announcements. It could have like assemblies, things that go on in the cafeteria, hall monitoring. There are just, that's one of the things we'll have to kind of come up with a list as a staff. That's one of the things that I think we'll look at this summer. What are things that we feel comfortable at this time turning over to kids? There was some talk about could a fourth grader or two come down to kindergarten in the morning, especially the first month of school, help them learn that process. As a teacher, that makes me a little, but like that's a great responsibility and good connections can be made there. Those kind of things. And a lot of us have classroom jobs as well. Like a lot of us this year incorporated. You can always take classroom jobs, and there's like 5 or 6 and make kids rotate who's serving themselves. And then when we read this, everything has jobs all the time. And they fill out job applications to get those jobs, and they get evaluated on those jobs, and they take them very seriously. They get very excited they do not get through their job at that time. They feel really important to make them important. And I wrote letters to the school saying I need to pay them for their jobs. And this is not
In my classroom, I did the same jobs too. We've got one area that I have given up control. I'm the teacher. Almost everybody here, but we go to a morning calendar. Okay, and the teacher usually gets up there and runs the morning calendar. I entered the first 2 months of this year, and after that, I completed 21 job applications. And the first child that was going to do it, I was not sure how this would work, but he was amazing. I mean, he just did a great job. And so the next time we change it every quarter, so they get a chance to see somebody already doing that job, they fill out a job application the next quarter, then they can do a new job. What is so exciting about it is that first week that they're in their new job, the old person has to train the new person. And I had a child come up to me the other day, I haven't done my job because he hasn't trained me. So they really look upon each other as, you're going to help me, And they do eventually, they get it done. But it's been wonderful because, I just sit there and I watched it and the kids respond to them. You hear the kids taking that responsibility of saying, I've got a little lady who's doing it right now, and she'll stand up there and only one hand comes up, she goes, I need to see your hands. Well, I mean, she is right on top of it, and he's right going, you know, and if they get loud, she brings them right out like she's doing. So they learn those, and it's amazing, even small jobs, as a line leader, they have a role, and they keep the line control, and who are the food assessors. Watch people make sure they're going out all over the country. So it's been amazing. I really have enjoyed sitting back and seeing what they can do. Thank you.
I have a quick question. Now every kid at K&E wants to be the Kool-Aid tester. I mean, there's no doubt about that. And so when you have 500 kids to apply for that one job, do they all get interviews, or how is the process? Because some kids are going to get mad.
Well, it depends on the job that they're going to be applying for. And in my classroom, they had 3 choices. And so we looked at all 3 of those choices. And some of them, you know, they would come up to the interview, they'd have to say, why do I want to pick you? Why are you going to be the best in this job? And second, what habit are you going to be able to work, you know, toward this, you know, this job? What habit is actually going to help the best? So they have to really think about it.
Are behavioral issues handled by pulling their application out of the Kool-Aid tester job?
Oh yeah, I've had some fired.
Okay, so you do fire.
Oh yes, I have fired. When they don't do their jobs, they come up to me and say, this hasn't been done. And so I said, okay, we'll have to hire someone else. And so, yeah, move it around.
So you have a quiet group.
Yeah. And everybody's looking out for themselves and who to be responsible for them. I've seen that really a lot.
Thank you very much.
I just want to say thank you to both KD as well as White Elementary. They'll be right alongside KD in this journey. And I can tell you from my experiences as well as several other folks in the room that this is a program that is really the fulcrum that helps a building and a district move great. And we've worked to get so many things in place over the last several years. And I'm convicted that this is going to be the difference maker because I've lived it as a principal, and I know both of our principals have seen it. I know our counselors have seen it, now our teachers, and just the motivation is very. I'm excited for you, and I'm excited for our kids and our community, and just want to thank you again, Whiteman, Ms. Stewart. Thank you to your team, and I know Ms. Andrade mentioned to me that they're doing some additional steps this year. So they're very interested as well. So this is the recipe for the best success that we've seen, not just in interpersonal relationships with our students and their leadership development, but that will be the difference in their academic achievement, and we know that. So it's important work. Thank you for the very good overview, and we will be looking to write this in. When we talk about college and career readiness, we're not just talking about academic skills, we're talking about leadership, interpersonal skills, and being able to communicate and do goals from them to results. And we will be writing components of this into our military job academic support program grant this year. So we're hoping. We talked about waiting until after that was done, but the timing was right, and we just felt like we couldn't wait any longer. So we feel good about that grant, but if for some reason that doesn't happen, this is a very good investment, and also investment in our adult leaders, our teachers, in your development. It's just as important for adults as it is for our students. So thank you. I can't say that enough, and not just to Katie, but to our other buildings as well.
Thank you.
All right, there, you're up. You turning it on.
I should know how to do that by now. Well, good evening. This was quite the presentation. Of course, most of the work has gone through Kelly and one time or another. But I'm pretty excited for this. Everything I see this, but I don't see it as maybe raising test scores or anything else. I see it as preparing people with life skills, preparing people for jobs. A lot of times, at least in the workplace, where you're doing it's good for our children to learn when they fail. They lost that attitude, that they're not always, they have some responsibility in developing those skills early in their life as a student. So,
That whole thing is that you can't teach kids the same way now as you did 50 years ago. It's not the same.
It reminded me a lot of my life. A little bit different. Anyway, congratulations to the school board member. Congratulations to the new officers. I'll tell you, that was the easiest election. I must say that Colonel Goodwin was doing the sign. In command right now for the mission sport looks like it'll be 13th of July. So we had a new boss at that time. We're also, Colonel Evans, different places, also been things are going to get easier for me here. The last thing I really want to bring up is I think everybody knows the gates, the hours of the gates. People are spend a little bit on popular. There are some very good reasons why we do that. It's important. And so right now, just to reiterate that the spirit gate, the main gate on Highway 23 is open 24/7. We have moved people and increased the security forces present at that gate to move traffic faster. We used to have 2 and 2 in the morning on both lanes, now we have 2 and 3. That's about the max. It seems to be doing very well. I go through there every morning. Yeah, there's always a time to do where we delay a little bit with what we're encouraging people and we're sent to do. Either we have the opportunity to change schedules or we have the opportunity to as far as the Almas gate, that gate is open Monday through Friday from 6 in the morning to 6 and closed on Monday. And then the Lemay gate, the south gate, is commercial. So POV traffic, which is in fact most of the roads that are coming out from Windsor, they have a little bit more time to get around the speed limit. Is it going to change the dynamic connection? Yes. Try to do it. I'm traffic going on. 23 is a difficult situation. We have a discussion with DOT that we can use in that and try to make it a safe process. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we've been in discussion about the Whiteley report, and sometimes we're replicating some of our news, but just know if we make a transition and you don't have that, you're welcome anytime you want to share something. That can go, we can work together on that, but we will parlay that for moving forward, for the notice.
SBA report? Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Missouri School Boards Association Board report for the month of April. We thank you for the opportunity to share some news and information during a few minutes of the board meeting. We begin with a look at the issue of school employees who become sexual predators. MSBA Center for Education Safety has developed a presentation designed to help school leaders keep students safe from sexual predators. Part of that presentation includes video interviews with former Missouri teachers convicted of sex crimes involving students. Safety specialist with the Center for Education Safety, Gary Moore, conducted those interviews where former school employees shared how they chose and groomed their victims.
They had a student they thought was having some problems at home. They wanted to be a counselor for the student. They wanted to counsel the student from there. They were learning and they got help with the student.
Moore adds that while the vast majority of teachers would never be involved in such criminal behavior with students, school districts must be prepared to deal with inappropriate relationships when they occur.
It doesn't matter if you're in a small area or if you're in a small rural area. You can't have. There's three categories. It has happened, it is happening, or it's going to happen in these students. Can't afford to provide a government, or we're small, we're a tight family, just remember that.
Moore's presentation is called Crossing the Line When Educators Become Predators, and was part of a recent series of regional meetings sponsored by the Center for Education Safety. School districts in Missouri will soon be able to get federal and state reimbursement for behavioral health services provided to any Medicaid-eligible students. This is good news for Missouri schools, who have reported for some time that one of the biggest barriers to school achievement is unmet behavioral health needs of students. In response to this need, MSBA has advocated for a new state policy that will increase both access to services and funding for those services. Dr. Kim Ratcliffe oversees MSBA's Medicaid consortium.
And now it's kind of a game changer. So we're really excited about that. But we want for the schools, as well as parents and community providers, to understand how this can work and to really put a plan out there for how we can collaborate differently than we've done in the past, and how we can give children a brighter future through mental health services that can be provided within the context of schools now.
MSBA's behavioral health work group includes representatives from school districts, administration, state agencies and associations, managed care companies, university professors, community mental health providers, school nurses and counselors, and others. MSBA was instrumental in advocating for the new policy, allowing community providers to bill Medicaid and delivering services in schools or for schools to do so, and when all conditions of the policy have been met. If you've just been elected to your local Board of Education for the first time, congratulations and welcome to school board service. One of the first things you'll want to do is complete 16 hours of training required by state law and provided by MSBA. Half of the 16 hours can be completed online, with the other half provided at various locations in the state throughout the year. Visit the MSBA website for a complete schedule of training opportunities. There is no cost to participate in the required training. Also, mark your calendar for the annual MSBA Leadership Summit to be held June 2nd and 3rd at the Lake of the Ozarks. Registration information for that event is posted on the MSBA website. Be sure your board is represented at the Spring Delegate Assembly to be held in conjunction with the Leadership Summit. And the annual Safe Schools Conference will immediately follow the Leadership Summit this year. That conference will be held June 4th and 5th at the Lake of the Ozarks. It features a variety of workshops and speakers on school safety issues and is designed for board members, administrators, school resource officers, law enforcement officials, and others that have a role to play in keeping our students safe at school. Registration information for that event also is available through the MSBA website. That's it for this month's edition of the MSBA Board Report. Thanks for allowing us to have some time at your board meeting, and so long from Columbia.
Next up is principal and director's reports. Any questions on those? Superintendent report.
Good evening again, everyone. I'll start out with kind of the great news about this month and the celebrations. It's a Muslim military child, and Last Friday out at Whiteman Elementary, I think we had close to 300 or so students and parents that participated in a day of celebration, which was simply followed by a run in nice weather. So it was a tremendous turnout and red shirts and the whole 9 yards. So it was a great event, great day to celebrate our military connected students, and want to thank the student and their team for a great job. Across the district, we celebrated many other ways. Today was Superhero Day at I guess across the district, and it was fun to see the kids and teachers dressed up as superheroes. So we look forward to this Friday for Purple Up Day, and we have shirts in place for that as well as we celebrate again one more way to celebrate our military connected students. With 2 out of 3 of our students being military connected, this is a big deal, and we appreciate this brand and our administration, our teachers, and parents and volunteers for putting this together. When we published the agenda last Friday, we actually had 6 scheduled work days between the last meeting and that report, so this agenda is pretty short as it was last year. We did move this meeting up 1 week again so that we could accept election results and reorganize the board by state statute. So we have some things that have taken place, not as a normal full month's work. One of the other things I want to start out with is our complement of the Stealth Panther Robotics Team 6424. They did punch their world tickets in Wisconsin. It was two tournaments ago, so we're excited for them to be heading down to Houston to represent Knob-Noster. Also notable during this month was the evaluation of Whiteman Elementary. I want to thank Mr. Bazinga and the Stewart and team for meeting over spring break out at Whiteman to do a full facility tour. That was with a contracted service through the Office of Economic Adjustment. Essentially what they're doing is evaluating the military public schools on military installations across our country. There's a goal of about $900 million that would be divvied out to support facilities improvement. And I would say based on results and historical information, there will be a decent chance that we may get some funds for that. So we will keep you posted. And again, thank you for assistance with that over spring break. In similar news, there's pending legislative action to create a new pool of funding to support public schools that are off of military installations, but who serve high concentrations of military connected students. So we are heavily engaged in that conversation, and we'll be looking for the opportunity to bring some of those funds in to support our other facilities. Over spring break, I was privileged to join the Whiteman Leadership Council to meet with Dan Burgess from Senator Blunt's office. The purpose of that meeting was to assess our community readiness and mission readiness as we look into the decade ahead. One of the focuses of that conversation was on obviously range from housing to education to what we're doing to strengthen the mission of the community. So that went well. Look forward to follow-up conversations. On April 26th, Knob-Noster High School will host a community engagement and assessment meeting regarding Whiteman Air Force Base as an alternative location for the F-35 program. We will be hearing more about that in the days ahead, but we certainly encourage attendance by all members of our community on this important issue. We will do some media blast on that. I know there was communication in the Knob-Noster item as well as the Warrensburg paper to communicate that event, but anything you can do to help have a good turnout on that would be very important. Last but not least, we were informed during the last couple of weeks that Knob-Noster will be highlighted this summer, June 18th through 20th, at the Association of Defense Communities National Summit in Washington. I'm not really sure how this happened, but I'll be joining the Secretary of the Air Force, Heather Wilson, in a panel presentation. We will get to overview the partnerships that we've developed at Knob-Noster around our academic programming, as well as some of the things that are currently in place right now. So it's going to be a great time to highlight our students, our teachers, our school district, our community, and hopefully gain a little bit more support at the federal level for everything from impact aid to all that we do as a public school to strengthen the mission. So we're excited about that. Joe Driscoll is going to be the president of the Association of Mixed Communities, so it's a good timing to highlight him first. Wrapping up with enrollment and attendance, Knob Gosper Elementary School ended at 370 with 94.65%. Knob Gosper Middle School 468 with 94.93. Knob Gosper High School 341 with 95.35. And Whiteman Elementary was at 319, 93.51%. For a district total just under 1,500, we ended at 1498 with a 94.61%. And I want to recognize Knob Gosper High School for their leading the month with their attendance. And I also want to give a shout out to Whiteman Elementary because I forgot to last. This year was ready to fist bump, and I blew it. So 6 days late, but congratulations for last month. And thank you. We're glad to see our attendance numbers climbing back up to where they ought to be. Financial reports month ending March 2018. Balances were $14,408,999. Revenues to date, $15,412,722, which is 85.64 anticipated. And expenditures, $11,022,647, which is 66.1% of budget. Thank you.
I have one question. Yes, sir. I noticed that I think last week, all of us, whatever, at the high school park.
Thank you for that, Bob. Sir. So we were doing what they call a bus rodeo. We set up barrels and we do barrel racing. But that's not.
Seriously?
No.
Okay.
It looked to me like a bus.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I failed to mention this, and thank you again for that prompt. I want to send a shout out to Mr. Everts as well as Mr. Bazanga, Scott Sater, and all of our drivers for a very successful bus inspection. I believe we were 89.7%, I think is what Mr. Everts told us. We had two that were out of that were flagged. One of them was for, I think they took a crowbar and pulled the tread of one of our inside tool tires apart and could see a piece of metal, is what I was told, which I think is their job. So that was one of the reasons that we got deemed. And then the other bus that got deemed was a faulty fuel line that literally happened on the route that morning. But again, want to thank you for the prompt and thank our transportation team, Mr. Everts, and team for a good job with the inspection of what they do very challenging.
Thank you. KNAT presentation.
Okay, at each board meeting, that is the chance to recognize the speakers from every building. But tonight, rather than honoring a teacher or a program, I'd like to thank all those who make our job, the teacher's job, doing much better too, which is why we're all here anyway. But they make it a little bit easier for us, particularly the administrators in the district. So they all work tirelessly, and so Dr. Miller and Mr. Klein, tirelessly to support both the teachers and the students, but also their parents too. And so it's really short tonight, but for that, we thank all of you.
You are very kind.
Thank you. I need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approval of bills full board. Need a motion for that.
I make a motion to approve the bills. Bills full board.
All in favor? Aye. need a motion to approve the Johnson County Multi-Agency Multi-Hazard Proclamation as presented.
Motion to approve. This item is
All in favor? Aye.
Make a motion to adjourn to executive session pursuant to Article 610.021-139-13 by roll call vote. Second.
Aye. And 7:30 back in the for executive session. Thank you.